Hey, how's it going, everyone? WTFSexyHeadphones here. Happy Mondays or Tuesdays to you guys. So sorry that I've been gone for a week. Essentially what that led up to was I had the weekend off, and whenever you have a weekend off, that tends to mean that you work like 6-7 days in a row. When you have like a number of days set off in a row, you tend to end up having a schedule where you work a bunch of days in a row. So I didn't have a day off to get to any YouTube videos, and on top of that, even with my vlogs, sometimes like today is Monday and I had work earlier today, but I worked in the morning, so I was able to come home and get this fucking done before having to, you know, shower and go to bed and all that crap. But anyway, so I had the weekend off and I ended up working the rest of the week, as you can tell. But I ended up working night shifts and or mid shifts that keep me from getting home until 8, 9, or 10. And at that point, I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm just kind of like, I just want to settle down and go to bed. So I didn't get to anything, so I apologize. No YouTubes. And then for the weekend, I experienced my first crab boil, which was interesting. So, you know, the funny thing, if you guys are not American, because I know I have a handful of foreign viewers due to the type of videos that I put out, but America has a lot of different, I guess you would say, cultures, different types of people in one country, and I have never experienced a crab boil. It was very interesting. And what I mean by that is, like, just have like a different way of doing things that you're not used to is really what it is. Like, they have this giant ass, like, fucking pot, huge pot, and you just, I guess, throw crabs and sausage and shrimp and garlic, potatoes, I think there's celery in there, like some kind of seasoning, and then, like, you know, it's like I just laugh every time I realize how South I am. Like, it's always interesting to experience different things, and, you know, South has like this kind of feel and vibe to it, and this was definitely it. And, you know, they're like stirring this pot with a giant hockey stick, huge hockey stick, just like, yeah, it's coming along nicely. And then I was wondering, so they had like this table with like this big tablecloth, and I was wondering why they seemed so, like, I was leaning against it like this, and they kept just like trying to straighten it up. They're very adamant that tablecloth stay in place, and I'm just like, how much of a mess, like, are we gonna make? And I guess, like, you just like drain the pot, and then you just dump everything on the table. So like all the crab and the wieners and the potatoes and such, you just literally just like dump it all on the table. And so I'm just like, you know, I'm from the north, okay? I'm from the north, and I'm just like, what is going on here? I don't really. So I just like sitting here confused, and I'm like, do I just like grab from the pile, I guess? Like the table with the pile of food on it? And thankfully John, obviously, of course, was there. It was with his family. So John was there, and he helped see through it that I made it out of that alive and with dignity, I guess. I don't know, I didn't like make a fucking fool of myself. He was helping me, because I'm not used to, like, I don't know, like, they're like ripping crab open with their hands, like fucking snapping them in half and digging shit out of it, and I'm just there like, this is gross. I can't, normally, like, if I have stuff like that, it's already prepared. Besides crab, you have to, like, crack open, but they're just, like, ripping it out, and they're like, these are the guts. These little things that I picked up were the lungs. Dude, the lungs of crabs look super weird, and I was just like, look at these little lungs. Here's the lungs, and they're just kind of ripping apart. Thankfully, I had John there, and John did all that for me, and he's just like, here's some meat, eat this is good, eat this. And I'm like, thank you, John, because I'm just sitting here just like, okay. But anyway, then the rest of the weekend, we went down to Pensacola Beach, which is in Florida. Both in Arizona and Illinois, which is where I've lived prior, there is no beaches. Well, I mean, you have Lake Michigan, but there's no, like, real beaches that are against, well, not necessarily the ocean, but the Gulf of Mexico. So we went to Pensacola Beach, and you guys can't really, I don't know if you guys can really see. You guys can't really tell. I have a bit of a tan and a bit of a burn going. Wait, you might be able to see. Oh yeah, see, so you see that tan line? Yeah, that's how you can see that I got some color. It's fucking hard to see with this camera. Yeah, look at that line right there. Dude, you guys, I mean, you ain't gonna see, but, like, my buns, like, it's like night and day, man, when that swimsuit came off. Especially because, like, for some reason, like, the underside of my butt was, like, super red. I don't know how or why, but, like, it was like night and day, and I was just like, it looked like I burnt my buns, and it just seems better today anyway. Anyway. On the bright side, I won a hula hoop contest, a 2017 Pensacola Beach whatever hula hoop contest. Now, it sounds all very super fantastic, like I did a lot, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I didn't. They had like an age group for like kids 15 and under, and they had like a fuck ton of contestants for that, but for like the adult one, which it technically was 16 and above, there's only 3 people, including myself, so I did not exactly have a lot of competition, and the first 2, the other chicks, like, dropped out quite quick, because they made us do the hula hooping thing, and then you had to jump, and I managed to, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I literally caught the hula hoop, like, with my boobs, and I'm just, like, hula hooping. This is my, I don't even know what I'm trying to do here. That was my example of hula hooping with my boobs, and then I was trying to, like, get it to, like, drop back down, and I was just, but anyway, but they all lost at the jump part. I managed to maintain it somehow, and then, so I won a hula hoop contest. It was very, very fascinating. That's about it. So that's what I've been up to. So that's why there's no videos. Now you guys know what I've been doing with my life. Working so I can have the weekend off to experience the deep, deep south and then go to the beach. Other than that, a couple of you guys have asked if I fixed my computer problem. If you guys remember, my computer shuts off randomly. And for a bit, I sort of thought it was fixed. And that's really only because I haven't been on my computer all week. Like, I literally have not played a game in about a week. Like, not gonna lie, because as I said, I haven't been busy. I haven't fucking touched my computer in like a week. So I just kind of assumed it was working, despite being on it. And then I turned my computer on to fucking do this vlog after work. And I was just kind of, I get lazy and I was dicking around looking at cute dog videos like on Facebook. And then my computer shut down and turned itself back on again. So I guess it still turns on and off. For those who, to reiterate, what we've done so far was, my drivers are up to date because someone suggested it, so I'm like, we'll give it a try. The temperature is not a thing. Well, I mean, it's a thing, but it's not a thing with this because my computer's literally doing nothing. And then I did play with my fans, and one of the last times when I was trying to pay attention to when it crashed, my CPU was at about 31 and my GPU was at about 41. Shouldn't be hot enough for it to crash, so it doesn't seem like it's a temperature thing. One of you guys suggested that I check my PSU. Yes, I was making sure that was right. My PSU, and I don't have a spare, so I don't really know how to check that, quite honestly, without, like, I guess getting another? I don't know. I don't really know how to check that, so I don't know what to do. God, I really don't feel like breaking this motherfucker open. Like, I've dicked around with it enough lately that I'm just like, man, like, and I tried so hard. Oh my God, yeah, I don't want to do that. I tried so hard to wire this guy and try and wire, like, a lot of these fucking cables, like, behind things and make it look nice as much as possible. Like, I spent forever trying to wire those fucking power cords. Oh my God. I swear to God, if it's the power supply, it's the last thing I want to deal with. Anyway, things should proceed as normal. Other than that, last topic to really cover. This is a little bit different than what I normally cover, because it's political. But the thing is it's not even American politics, it's Russian politics. So I don't know if you guys have seen or heard, or I had a person or two bring up the hashtag Fix Russian YouTube, if I recall. I don't know if you guys have seen that, or I know that I have a handful of Russian viewers, so either this is familiar to you, or it might not be, so it might be a problem you are going to know about now. But I had a person or two on my videos bring up the hashtag Fix Russian YouTube and link me to a video kind of, ooh, I'm like shaking my monitor, sorry. I'm like kicking, whatever. Anyway, I'm back to topic. So they just kind of wanted to enlighten me, because I guess in the way that they described it, they're trying to have a fight for free speech in Russia, which is kind of funny. It sounds like what's going on in America, but except they have a dictatorship, so it sounds more plausible for, like, free speech to get fucked up, whereas here it's just like a bunch of fucking angry, ignorant morons who are like, I don't like your opinion, so I'm going to protest, and it's really, we're stupid here. Everyone's fucking stupid. Anyway, so I watched the video because I'm like, I like Russian things, so to speak. I mean, mainly Ukrainian, Russian stalker things. Metro. And I know I have Russian viewers and things like that and people of that area, so I'm like, why not take a look and cover it? I'm like, I skipped out on a whole week. I can cover a fuck ton of topics in this week's vlog. Why not? So what I was gathering just from the video, as I said, now mind you, I know nothing about Russia. I know nothing about their politics. I can't really have a great opinion to say, so this will be on you guys to really take whatever I say with whatever, I don't know, because I'm American, and I don't hear about Russian news, but I guess what they're talking about is Putin seems to control, now again, take everything I don't know what's going on, I'm just repeating what I heard, just letting you guys know, because this person was like, wanting to help spread the word, the fix the Russian YouTubes. But I guess Putin kind of controls, or the government kind of controls, like what the news is and, you know, dictatorship things, and they believe that it's happening with YouTube. Why they believe this is happening with YouTube is they think YouTube, Russian YouTube particularly, is having a partnership with either the government, or the government is having some kind of say with what videos get reported and taken off and what ones don't. So they're using examples talking about and how bigger channels who had more opposition to the Russian government were getting flagged for hatred, and they're saying they're not saying any, I can't, again, I don't know the videos and I can't understand Russian, so I really couldn't give an opinion on it, but you know, from what this person is saying, like, I've watched these videos, they're not talking about hatred. Yes, they're saying they disagree with what Putin is doing in the government, but they're not saying exactly hateful comments. And then they use examples of other things where it's a Russian person, you know, saying very hateful, racial, whatever things to other people and this and that, and they're like, no flags for hatred, not being taken off for hatred. So from A to B, what it looks like is that the Russian government, anything that opposes the government, they have some kind of tie with Russian YouTube, making sure things get flagged and taken off, as well as they think that they have a lot of Russian YouTube bots that are going and downvoting videos that are opposing Putin and the government, and then videos where there's actual talk of hatred and so on, those are not getting flagged, they're not getting taken off, and so on. So what people are concerned about is that there's elections, I think they mentioned, coming up in 2018, so there's a lot of time, but they think Putin is already trying to, you know, sway Russian YouTube and take other forms of media where people have a voice and people can say whatever and let the world know, hey, this is my experience, this is what's going on, and they think that they're trying to control that to, you know, essentially get reelected is what it is. So according to, as I said, they're trying to fight for free speech in Russia and make sure that everything can be heard and things aren't taken down just because the government doesn't like what they have to say and being controlled and monitored, dictator things, and so on. So if you guys are interested in that, or if you're Russian, you know, and you need to be educated for your elections or know what's going on, or maybe you do or don't, but there's a link down below if you guys want to check that out. Figured I'd bring that up because I'm like, oh, I know I got some Russian viewers doing Stalker and Metro and games of that liking. So I'm like, I know I got you guys here, and one of you or two or so reached out and brought this up. So I'm like, yeah, I did ditch you guys for a week. I'm like, I'll go ahead. I'm like, I can have a long vlog. We'll cover some stuff. We'll talk about some things. So, you know, there you guys go. You have some extra information in case you didn't know. As I said, as an American who does not live in Russia and does not get Russian news or media or really anything of that unless you guys bring it to me, I can't really say what's going on there, but letting you know what's been brought to my table. So you guys can go ahead and comment and tell me if that's you're seeing that, or what you think of it, or, you know, whatever, let me know. But feel free to watch that video down below if it is of interest or concern. If you're just an American like myself or other race that is not Russian, you're just interested in what's going on in the world. I always like seeing what's going on in the world. I like world news. I think it's interesting, so I don't mind checking these kind of things out. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic rest of the Mondays or Tuesdays. I think that's about all I can think to blab on today, and I will see you in the rest of the week. I'll make sure to get videos to you so long as this whole thing doesn't come crashing down before me. I should be able to get you guys some stuff. Bye. Feel my power.